Well, let us conclude this section by learning the countermeasures. It is important to learn how to mitigate cyber attacks by learning the countermeasures. So, in this lecture, we will see how to countermeasures Trojan attacks and how we can prevent backdoors, like how we can stop an attacker from installing a backdoor, and then virus and worms countermeasures. If you know the worm and the virus difference, the only difference is that worms are not self-replicating, whereas viruses are self-replicating. So, without wasting much time, let us start. Trojan countermeasures. So, avoid opening email attachments received from unknown senders. Then, block unnecessary ports at the host and the firewall. Avoid accepting programs transferred by instant messaging applications. Harden weak default configuration settings and disable unused functionality. What I said just a few seconds ago is known as security misconfiguration. This happens a lot of time. Generally, the administrator who has installed softwares forgets it to configure it properly. He or she ignores the fact that, I am the administrator and no one would have password and all those things, but attackers are one step ahead than the security professionals. They always find a way to breach into the system. So, and security professional or security expert should know each and every step of how an attacker can think to enter into your PC. So that is why they always say security architects or security officers or professionals always need to think from the perspective of an hacker. Then the next step is to monitor the internal network traffic for odd ports or encrypted traffic. Then avoid downloading and executing applications from untrusted sources. I have been telling this since the start of the lecture, I know, but it's really important that you download it from the official vendors. Then install patches and security updates for the operating systems and applications. Scan external USB devices and DVDs with antivirus softwares before using. Then restrict permissions within the desktop environment to prevent malicious applications from being installed. And run host-based antivirus firewalls and IDS IPS. How we can prevent hackers from placing backdoors? The most commercial antivirus products can automatically scan and detect backdoor programs before they can cause damage. So it is important that you install commercial programs. Then you have to educate users not to install applications downloaded from untrusted internet sites and email attachments. Avoid untrusted softwares and ensure that every device is protected by a firewall. Use antivirus tools such as McAfee, Norton, etc. to detect and eliminate backdoors. I would like to tell you that before I started studying for security, when I was in my school, I was always fond of downloading free Microsoft Office, and one day, without telling my father, I downloaded the free Microsoft Office version. I activated it. I was very sharp in computers and accessing all those data from the web. I extracted the passwords. I downloaded it. I was in 9th or 10th, I guess. I don't remember exactly. It's been almost 8 to 9 years. So, and the moment I installed it, and it was working perfectly fine. It activated Windows, the latest version of Microsoft Office, and my mom, my parents, everyone were happy that I had done such a great task. And all my dad's work was on that PC. In that PC, all the softwares, all his photos, all our family photos, all of what documents, everything. And after 15 days, exactly 15 days, the Microsoft Office started giving an error. Activate, otherwise you won't be able to access any of the Microsoft files. So, and I thought it was just an error, so I just shut down the Windows and I restarted it for 10 to 15 times, but that error still persisted. And after that, my dad wasn't able to access a single file from Microsoft Office. He tried downloading those files from one server to another PC, but to no avail, and unfortunately he lost his entire data. and I just cannot forget that incident. And from that incident, I've always learned to download files only from legitimate source. That is why I also tell friends and my colleagues that please do not fall into the prey of free softwares. There is nothing like free Microsoft Word, because no one is able to actually download it. At some point of time or the other, the application reverts back. So again, make sure, learn from my lesson and learn from my experience that you should always download it from legitimate sources. Then moving ahead, you have to deploy firewalls and VPNs. Make sure you inspect the network packets using protocol monitoring tools, and then use antivirus tools such as McAfee and trusted third-party tools. And last is virus countermeasures. So the most common is install antivirus softwares and update it regularly. Generate antivirus policy for safe browsing and computing. Then schedule regular scans for all drives after installation of antivirus software. Regularly maintain data backup, which I had made a mistake. We didn't maintain any backup. Then stay informed about the latest virus threats. Keep reading different blogs, security websites to get used to latest trends and technologies. Then run disk cleanup and registry scanner once a week. Clean up the temporary files every day. Run antivirus spyware or adware once a week. And do not accept disks or programs without checking them first with your softwares. So you should be able to tell your friends that please do not do this. And being a security student, you should be able to protect other students' data. Then let us have a quick recap. We discussed how to prevent cyber threats. We saw countermeasures for files worms. We also saw how I used to deal with free terms, and finally karma strike back and I lost all of my data. And then make sure you apply countermeasures in your real life.